Hello everybody, welcome back to Bald and Board Games. Bald here, Board is still away. He has not returned from Gen Con. I think his flights just are sending him all over the world. Who knows what's going on. No, he's seeing family, so I beat him here. We had a bunch of games that came in the meantime, one of which here is Tenpenny Parks Collector's Edition. So I'm going to give you an unboxing to setup of this big Collector's Edition. I honestly love these Collector's Editions and punching everything out and then using the instructions they have included to sort everything. Call me weird, that's part of the game for me, is I love sorting games into their organizers, especially when they are specifically made a certain way. So we're going to go through all of that here for you, and then after that, we're going to go through the setup of Tenpenny Parks, probably just the base game, and we'll see if we touch on how to incorporate the expansions that are in here. I'll show you on the back here what expansions are in here in a moment, but caveat, I actually didn't know what Tenpenny Parks was at first. I heard about Tenpenny Parks a long time ago, or whenever it originally came out. I honestly don't know how long ago that was, and did not realize it is what it is. It is essentially a Sims theme park board game, which I loved growing up. So this is right up my alley. I had a chance to get the Collector's Edition, jumped on that, had to. I can't resist a big Collector's Edition with upgraded components and everything else. So I'm very excited to dive into this, get things organized. It's going to be spectacular. So let's go down to the table. This doesn't. Last time my front-facing camera dipped out on me. So caveat really quick before I get into this. It is hot as hell here, so which means I am melting, especially in this hat. So I'm actually going to take this hat off right now so my head can breathe. And I do have a towel here, so I'm going to be dabbing my head occasionally because it is freshly shaven, which means those pores are open. If Board was here, he'd be cold because he is a lizard. I am not a lizard. I am from the land of the cold, and so this heat destroys me. All right, so Tenpenny Parks Collector's Edition, gorgeous artwork by Thunderworks Games. We're a big fan of Questline, which we just got from Gen Con. It's a little sneak peek of our Gen Con haul video, which we'll be doing once Board gets back. This was a great game. This is a great game. Great card game. We played it many times while we were there. So accessible, so fun. But let's get back to the reason why you're here. That is Tenpenny Parks Collector's Edition. So flip this over, and I will zoom in further for this here. There we go. So in here it says assign workers to develop your park, rotate carousel to set attraction prices, increase the thrill, awe, and joy. So of course it has the base game, upgraded components, the innovation expansion, winter lights, and spooky nights expansions, as well as the mini expansions in here as well. 1 to 4 players. Says 45 to 75 minutes, so it seems like it plays relatively quickly. Excuse me, goodness. Which is awesome. Just choking on air over here. I don't know what's going on there. So let me cut this open here. Get that plastic off, and we'll start digging in. I'm going to do it this way so I can see what this box on the bottom is. I honestly don't know what this is here. This might be a bunch of the punch-outs that they just didn't put in the main box, which is actually really smart. So we'll see that in a second. Back of this is the same as the back of that. Good. Flip this over. Okay. So this is the actual size of the box. Not bad. I did get a little dinged up here on the way here through shipment. That's okay. I let the person know that they'll pack their stuff a little bit better. But it seems like the box is still pretty sturdy. A little disappointed in that, but that's okay. That's all right. I will live. Maybe. Okay, let's put this to the side for a second. I'm going to bring in the cardboard thing. We'll see what this is right here. I have no idea what is in this little box here. That's just the thing that was on the back side. That can go over here, out of the way. There we go. Ooh, lovely. So here we have, looks like the rule book. This is is this a rule book? This is a very thin rule book if it is. The objective, set, wow. Yeah, very, very thin. I am surprised, but also very happy that this game seems like it is going to be very quick to learn and get to the table. That is incredible. We'll look more into this in a moment when we do the setup. And again, we are just going to be doing the setup. We're not going to be doing the full how to play. So we'll get to the point where you can jump into gameplay, but you'll have to read the rules for yourself or go watch a video where they have the time to dedicate more specific time to the rules for you. Okay, we have some foam here. We have, looks like trees. I believe. Yeah, nice. We have some trees here. It's great. Cool. Put those off to the side. Here we have, I believe this is just the round marker. This is just like a little, oops, sorry. There we go. Just take it out of the bag, huh? Didn't have to anyway, why not? Bag, gone. There we go. It's easier for you to see. It's like a little, it's like a pawn. It's a pawn, like a chess pawn. All right. It looks like we have some boards and punch outs. Look at that in a second. We have cards here. So let's get this box. Actually, I could probably put the trash in there. So I will keep that close by. I have one down there. Boom. Good. All right, so this is, looks like the middle board that the carousel goes into. I don't know if I need this piece or not. I assume not, but I'll keep it for now. Turn it sideways. There we go. There you are. So we have some tracks here. Thrill, Awe, Joy. Cool. Some reference for the game. Probably a round track. 5 rounds. Different costs. Banker 0, Realtor -3, Contractor 0, Arborist 0, Clear 2 trees, Take concession tile, Take an expansion tile, and then it looks like $2. All right. Looks like cards are going to be going here probably. There's another side of this. No, but it says Tenpenny Parks. So kind of. Okay. Cool. Put that over here. We have some tiles. So the good old polyomino tiles here. And I'm going to just punch these out as we look at each of these. So I'm going to push this whole stack off to the side. And we will punch and enjoy. Those are, we have some water rides here. Maelstrom, Captain Kraken Swirl, Atlantis, Nautical Turmoil, the Poseidon Slide, Submariner Voyage. Cool. Let's get these over here. And let me just punch all these out. Look at them after they're punched out because they're already falling out. So, boop. Those are gone. All right, Stone Age Rush, Dino Adventure, Sabretooth Show, Mammoth Valley, Volcano Tower, Primordial Zip. Next, ooh, interesting. I don't think we need this, but we'll keep it close by just in case. So we have a Mudslide, a Wild Gulch. These unstuck from each other. The Basin City Scramble. Bandit Shootout. It's pretty fun. It's like a little bandit town. Got the Minecart Mayhem. Gold Rush. These are the couple of these. Looks like there's not too many of these attractions. Ooh, Ray Gun Alley. Alien there. Hover Racers. I don't know why I'm talking with a country accent, but I am. Max Force. Ad Astra. Then we got Space Rings. Space Rings. That sounds very epic. Space Rings. Here we go. Let me just do this actually. This will be quicker for you. So we got some more at the Labyrinth there. Some more attractions on the top, and then a bunch of little tokens. So let's get all these punched out. Let's get all this put over to the side. Now that we have those out, we'll get these stacked by color over here. I don't know if that's a significance, but we'll do it anyway. Yeah, if you guys haven't played World Wonders, if you enjoyed this, I assume you'll enjoy that. If you enjoy polyomino games, World Wonders, we had not played before. And I'm sure it's been out for a minute. I know they just had a new expansion that came out that was only available right now at Gen Con. It's sold out everywhere else. I don't know if you can get it anywhere else, but we'll definitely be picking that up at some point. But that is a great, simple polyomino game just about trying to build out. Oop, it's a bunch of bunches by accident. Building up kind of your area with world wonders and roads, and there's little rules about how to put things down. It was a lot of fun. We found that in the library. Well, I noticed it on the floor of Gen Con because they were showing off the game and the expansion, and it looked simple. But it's one of those games that's simple, but playing it can have a lot of strategy. So depending on who you're playing with, there can be that strategic depth. But you can also just play it casually if you're just looking to have kind of more of a casual game where it's kind of like Castles of Burgundy in a way, which yes, I would call casual. Where you're, I'll look at these really quick, these balloons. You're just kind of drafting pieces to put into your area. It has that indirect competition, which is very nice. That's what Bombastic really likes. She likes that indirect competition to where you're competing, but you're really just trying to get your best score, and you hope that it beats someone else's best score by the end of the game. There's a little bit of competition crossover when it comes to the pieces that you're selecting. Of course, kind of like the tiles you're selecting in Castles of Burgundy, but ultimately it won't break your game if someone takes something from you entirely. So it was a lot of fun. Just gotta sit down, play, and figure out a way to get a wonder built before somebody else, and kind of position your whole kind of world or city or whatever you would consider yourself building. This seems similar to a degree to where, I mean, I haven't played this obviously, so I don't really know, but to where you're building out your own theme park. The other players are influencing, it seems like, the cost of pieces, and maybe they're able to take certain pieces before you can get there, again, similar to the other two. But it seems like you're really trying to make the most of your theme park. But I guess I'll find out because I don't really know. I've never played this. I don't really know anything about this. And I got flack for Queen's Dilemma when I did that unboxing because looks like we got some more stuff here. Deep Sea souvenirs, Star Captain outfitters, stuff from shops. We have Horseshoe Saloon, Sticks and Stones, and the Armor Shop. Yeah, I got flack with Queen's Dilemma because while I was doing the unboxing, I was talking about how I didn't know anything about it, and I was surprised about everything. And I do that occasionally to where a game just is very interesting to me. And I will jump on and get it back at whatever it is, whatever it means, however I can get it. And let's try some extension tiles, possibly. And it's just fun to discover something new. Like, I've never seen any of this. This is all brand new to me. And it is so much fun. I think that that's okay, provided you can afford it, obviously, and or you're not wasting money and just willy-nilly getting something and not liking it. Like, never throw your games away. Always donate them, or if you can, sell them to somebody for a discount who you know will enjoy playing them. I always try to do that. If I'm getting rid of games, I try not to bring them to Goodwill if I can, because they don't really get appreciated there. They get abused on the shelves. So I'll try to bring them to a local game shop if anyone will take them. But first I'll try to sell them to somebody for a discount if I can, to like Facebook Marketplace or something of that sort. These things are really sticking in there. Just because I know that stores will heavily mark up the cost, even if they're used, more so than I would. Because they have to make a profit, they have to keep the doors open, so you can't blame them. My biggest concern, though, is make sure that games get to a house where they will be appreciated and played and used more so than they would here. They don't need to stay on my shelf. You know, I'm a collector to a degree, but only with certain things, and I really like playing my games. I don't ever want to just have a game to have a game for sentimental value if I'm no longer playing it. I'd rather somebody else have that joy. And it actually made my my dad really mad when I was younger, because I did that with my Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I had growing up. I gave them to my younger cousin because, like, you know what? I'm moving away. I'm going to college. I don't need these anymore. I'm good. And which is fine. I still wouldn't need them even now. I don't regret it. And he was so excited. He didn't really comprehend what they were and how long it took to put that collection together. But the fact that he was just excited to have them, and they were going to get used in some way, whatever that was, either played via the actual game or just taken out and looked at like we all did when we were younger when we weren't playing with them. That's okay, because I know that would make him happy, and that was kind of the whole point, was make sure that they got a home where they would be appreciated and they weren't just in a shed, you know, in their binder, rotting away. Like, yes, there's a monetary value probably for some of those, but you know what? I never collected Pokemon cards as a kid for monetary value. Like, I never did that with my toys either. My older brother Michael did that with his toys. Like, man, I wanted to play with my toys. That's what they're there for. Let me play with that stuff. You know, I have some things now. Like I have some, what was it? Thrilljoy? Some Thrilljoy stuff, Pixie stuff, whatever it is. Up in the corner. Funko-esque things that got given to me, or that I won't open, because those aren't really toys. Those are more statues. Another reason, like, I won't buy those myself, because they're statues. Don't worry, I'm not injuring you. I'm trying to get these little, poke at the little piece here. It's stuck in there. There we go. Whoop, there it goes. Yeah. So use your stuff, appreciate your stuff, but play it. Have fun with it. Oof. There are some games that definitely, when I go through like my gaming cull, which I'll have to do here in a moment because of all the games we got from Gen Con, I've got to go through and see, okay, what's similar to what we got? Which ones, like, kind of categorize them? Deck builders, this and that. Which ones do I really like? Which ones am I keeping just because I think that I like them? You know, and just kind of be okay with moving on. And you always are. There's always so many games. Like, there's so many behind me that, you know, we still haven't gotten to or played, or we played once. It's like, I don't want to play games only once. I want to play games a lot, over and over again, especially if I like them. You know, like I want to get, what is it, the Gilded Realms. I had a lot of fun with. It's a kingdom builder, and they actually had a new campaign that went out for a second printing to get like a big box, fit everything in, had some expansion stuff, and I'm so excited to get that in and get that back to the table. So if you're into kingdom builders in any kind of way, the Gilded Realms is phenomenal. It is like you upgrading either like your war or like your resource. There's 5 or 6 different areas you can upgrade: economy, war, technology probably, and a couple others. I don't know what they are off the top of my head. That will determine, you know, the resources you get round over round and produce. So you can try to go level-headed and kind of get a bunch of everything. Obviously, if you go hard with war, then it's going to be easier for you to protect yourself from the random raids that happen. There's some raids that will randomly happen during one of the rounds, but then it's going to be harder to do other things. And it's that balance that I always love in games. It's very much life lessons in these games where there's a choice to make, where you have that balance, like in RPGs, you know, or video games of any kind, where you have a great sword that has great attack, but it weighs you down or doesn't have some other good stat, and that's life. So it looks like this is definitely going to be the carousel here, so that'll be cool to put together. We'll do that in a moment. I'm not going to throw it together quite yet. Oh, there we are. I was like, I already go through them all. So we got some more money and points. Looks like this is a player board, I imagine. Fairview Adventure. So it looks like on here there are tree spots. So I assume we'll put trees there to clear out. And then I'm curious if these are variable board from board, or if the B side maybe is variable from the rest. Usually they do. Usually have like one side that's the same for everybody, and then the back side is completely variable. So we'll see what that is. Boom. Some more extension pieces, it looks like. So 2 more of those. Those here. This money's fun. The board is very thick, the punch board for this. This is the second game where it has this thick punch board. 3mm, I believe, thick, which is great. It means it's not flimsy whatsoever. It's definitely going to last through gameplays. IntelliWar, Ascension to the Throne, which is a kind of a head-to-head chip battler, not kind of like War Chest. You have chips on a battlefield, but it involves dice as well for attacking. You get experience and upgrades in some way. So it seemed a little bit more interesting than War Chest, but probably definitely built on the back of what War Chest was. If War Chest wasn't there, probably wouldn't have until a war. That's my assumption. But they have some tokens like treasure chests that you can find and flip over to get treasure, obviously, or abilities that are just as thick as these. And just gives more of that kind of premium feel. And actually, you know what? I don't even know. I may not even need. I just realized all of these as I'm punching them out, because in the big box, there may be acrylic tokens maybe for these types of things. We'll see. So for now, you can deal with me rambling and going through and punching all this stuff out. I did this with, what is it? Lost Ruins of Arnak, the adventure chest as well. It was a lot of fun to just kind of organize the cards and to figure out where everything went. Again, they had a diagram for that too. That is an amazing game. Again, if you guys have not played the Lost Ruins of Arnak, definitely don't skip on that. Okay, yeah. So the back sides, that's what I thought. So the front side, Fairview Adventure, is going to be the same for everybody. The back sides are where you get the asymmetry in the tiles. Love it. It adds so much replayability to where you can have your earlier games you're teaching people to be very much the same on this, so even playing field there. Yeah, so again, we're going to do a couple more of these. We've got 2 more of these, so I'll do these really quick here. Boom. Yeah, these polyomino games are a lot of fun. I don't know what the first polyomino game was. I mean, Tetris probably. But board game. I wonder what the first polyomino board game was. Ones I have not played that I was curious about. Oh, what's that space one? Shoot. I just had it. That's right. Not gonna worry about it. It'll come to me eventually. But yeah, it's a fun concept. It's a nice puzzle. And again, it gives you that indirect puzzle. I wonder if there's any polyomino games where you're all on the same board and trying to put pieces down, and like there's a way to hinder each other, right? So you're trying to get your pieces down. That would be very interesting. If there is, let me know in the comments. If there is a polyomino game where everyone shares one board, which have your pieces you're trying to put on the board, and people can block you in some way, whatever. I don't know what the scenarios would be, but that I feel like would be a fun head-to-head situation for Board and I especially. All right. Dollar bill, y'all. Boom. Okay. That's everything punched out. Let's see what we've got here. So, Daring Horizons, Thunder Point, Valley of Marvels, and Wonder Hills. It looks like these probably extend, yeah, nice. Right down to the sides, you keep on going over. That's awesome. Okay, let's look at the cards that came in that box as well. We haven't gotten to the main box yet. This has been everything that was in that cardboard box. Cardboard box, they're all cardboard. The box has underneath the main box. That is everything we just went through, punched out. So I think the deluxe components are inside there. Some other items as well, most likely. Get off my finger. So these, so final scoring. It looks like maybe reference cards. So the final scoring stuff. Looks like number 1, goal cards, 2 attraction values, 3 emotion tracks, and 4 attraction counts. Looks like these steps during the game. So you have your income step, action step, bonuses step, advertising step, and cleanup step. Very cool. A polyomino game that involved adventuring would be fun, right? So something like this, where like you were setting out on an adventure of some sort, and based on maybe what companions you had with you, it allowed you to go into certain terrain or something. They're very cool. It's a lot of fun to think about different ways to make games. Gold cards, cool. A lot of gold cards here. I like they look like they're on clipboards. Deep sea souvenirs. Find the second treasure. Star Captain Outfitters. So these are the different attractions. Yes. So they're all the different attractions. All of these that we just punched out. Love the art style. Cool. On this side, it shows some more information about it. Okay, so it shows you the shape of the attraction. Maybe the cost to build it. Maybe the cost to run it. It's very cool. Nice. I like posters. Almost Norman Rockwell-ish. Okay, this I believe are some of the mini expansions. Yeah, so this is the Fast Pass mini expansion. So first up we have some punch outs here. Fast Pass mini expansion. So not entirely sure what that means. Let's get those punched out though. Looks like they're probably randomized, maybe, because the backside all say Fast Pass on them like this. So we'll keep these over here to the side. And then we have, all right, so we'll definitely cover the setup for this. It goes over setup rules right there, clean up. The backside you have what the actions do, those little tokens. Cool. Fast Pass, I like that. It's like, well, the Fast Pass at theme parks. Okay. Well, I guess I need to clear this over to the side so we can get into the main shebang. Very cool. All right, let's get you over there. Skirt some of this stuff over. Let me close this knife so I don't hurt the puppies by falling off the table. We don't want that. I've got the big puppy right below me. Normal size puppy, not really big, but bigger than the other one. It's the first time on the channel. We have a Shiba Inu who is going to be turning 3 in December. Her name is Clove, like the spice clove, like garlic clove, but clove, not garlic, and not clover. She'll be turning 3, like I said, in December. She's a Shiba Inu, and she loves her big sister. She loves to annoy her big sister. She pulls her tail when she wants her to play, much like a younger sister would annoy a big sister. It is hilarious. Let us know down below if you have any pets. Our girls, I have one of them in here, just the big one. They tend to come in and lay in the bed or lay under the table, especially when we have guests over who are playing on stream. Lyra will often lay right on someone's feet below the table. She's a big cuddle bug. Clove is the only dog that Board likes. I think it's because she's a wild child, and so he really enjoys that aspect of her. She gets very excited to see him when he comes over to work. And then he's been around since she was a puppy, so I'm pretty sure she just sees him as one of the pack. Hilarious thing is, Steve, Board, is allergic to dogs. So every time he comes over, he has to take his allergy medicine because he knows Clove will be jumping all over him. But he likes it. So, he's crazy. Alright, he's not deathly allergic, so don't worry. There we go. Cleared out. Into Main box. Let me get a drink here. I've been talking a lot. In our house, we have what's called Friday Eve, which is when we typically were recording our streams. And that became the day where it's like, okay, we can have a glass of wine tonight instead of obviously throughout the week. But nice little, there we go. Little shimmer to parts of the cover. Very cool. Oh, there we go. There is the insert guide. So we'll definitely be using that. See if I can get it up closer here for you. So that goes over how to put everything away. And what I love is it looks like we can build the carousel and put the carousel right in with it staying built. So I'm actually going to put that right over here so I can reference it as we do this. Okay, there's the Innovations expansion rulebook, also very, very skinny. So it looks like Innovations. We got some double-sided attraction tiles. Cool. Oh, and some other items here. So we'll have more tree markers, improvement cards, specialist cards, some more double-sided property boards. Cool. So more boards. Great. Is that what's right here? Are these all Innovations? This looks like it's all Innovation. Cool. So I'm going to put that over here with the Innovation stuff. We'll go through that in a moment. Here we have the, I assume too smaller, so this is just a catalog for Thunderworks Games. So they have a lot of great games. Role players, a lot of fun. Definitely go check, there's Questline. It's great. Definitely go check out Thunderworks if you are interested in what they have. They have roll and writes, card games, dice games, and RPG. Very, very cool. I've been curious about this one, Dawn of Ulos. I have not played that. Very curious, though. Have to check that out at some point. Fliptunes I've heard a lot of good stuff about. People are having a lot of fun with Fliptunes. Another one I don't really know much about. I have to check that out, too. All right, cool. And here, the Tenpenny Parks, so Winter Lights and Spooky Nights expansions. All right, let's see here. Ooh, corner got a little bent. Looks like inside the box. That's okay. Less damage than board will do going through rule books at times. All right, so here we have a holiday board that will have 6 cheer markers, a Christmas tree, 25 Christmas tree markers. That's fun. Reference cards, some double-sided attraction tiles, the cards to go with it. Cool. And then of course the rules for setup and everything. And we got Spooky Nights here. Spooky Nights comes with some dark concession tiles, ghost markers, some more double-sided attraction tiles. Sweet. All right, so obviously spooky, and holiday. These, I believe, are more for, yes, Innovations. TP in for Innovations. Great. So Innovations looks like the main expansion. Winterlight Spooky Nights is definitely a smaller run-of-the-mill expansion here. So this is already in the spot. It's probably going to stay in. So here we are. So that's for the holiday expansion there. The Innovation expansion, this board. Already got those right in their spots. Love it. This here will be for components. So it says VP tokens, money tokens, and tree markers. Cool. So we can get, oh, and it shows it right down here in the bottom too. Right in there. So let's get all of those in there right now. Let's do this as we're taking stuff out. So VP markers are all of these. There's all of our VP markers. No separation for the 1s and 5s, that's okay. Different sizes, pretty easy to tell what's what. So the 1's here, 5's there, it's all good. Money. Right in there, so we got our 3s. Get our 1s. There we are. There's our money. And then trees. Trees. Regular trees. So these are all the base game components. So they're keeping all the base game components separated. I love that. Sometimes they mix base and expansions together on like one larger tray. So whenever you take it out, take all of it out. I like for this, hey, base game, that's all you need. Take this out, leave everything else in the box, it seems like. Shoot. Okay. So this layer here is going to be for the attraction tiles sorted by type. It says. Okay. We'll do that in a moment. Because it looks like all the attraction tiles go into this one. Cardboard and component tray, attraction cards, base and expansion, show sorted by type. Special game boards, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Looks like all the attraction tiles will go in here, including the base and expansion attraction tiles. They're pretty easy to tell apart, it seems like, on here. It's like if we look at, let's see. For this one, North Pole Plunge, well, first of all, they're all double-sided. Oh, they're all double-sided now. Those are double-sided too. I don't know why I was calling out double-sided attraction tiles. They're all double-sided. These ones have snow on them. Clearly they are for Christmas. Anyway, we'll see how they're supposed to be separated later. I'm not going to right now. Got this. Some more cards in here. This bottom tray, card and component tray. All right. So let's see if we can get the card and components put away in here for the most part. So we know this goes here. Done. Easy peasy. What are you for? I don't know. This goes here. It's the pawn. Little spot right there. Sweet. I don't know what those... Oh, that must be the Christmas... This must be the Christmas tree. Are you for you? Oh, I think you're for you. I believe this slot here is for the fast passes. Hey! Fast passes. Right there. Boom. I assume this is for the Christmas tree. The cards, I don't know. We'll see. Traction cards. Okay, we'll go in there. Shovel token, extra action worker. That's what's going to go here. Okay. And the fast pass tokens. Okay. So for now, we will put that one off to the side as well. All right. Back here. You, Christmas tree, ghosts, and the other tokens from the expansion. I'll put that right here on top of the winter. Ooh, a baggie. What's full? What goes in the bag? Landmark, expansion, board. Oh, that's not it. Sorry. Concession tiles go in the bag. What are concession tiles? Oh, I bet you they're these. They are. All right. So all of these concession tiles go into the bag that have this matching back. Let's get them in there. All right. Concession tiles in the bag. And looks like you're going right back here. I'll roll you up a little bit. There we are. Boom. Landmark expansion board, specifically for innovation. It says goes here. The landmark expansion boards for the main game will end up going right here. So we have a bunch of stuff here. So we have our Christmas trees here. So that is for the expansion here. So Christmas trees. For the Christmas expansion. Ghost will go here, which we have right here. Oh, does it have markers on the bottom? What? Oh, you don't. The ghosts have little markers on the bottom. Cool. Looks like removing the ghosts, you get some sort of benefit. That's awesome. I can't wait to get this to the table. Alright, cool. Here we go. Here we have some player pieces, I assume. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. That brown one is definitely an extra worker. I believe that's our guy. That's going to be going in this over here. Take a second. The brown guy's the extra worker. Oop. I meant the color of the wood, not the person. My bad. But there we go. It's right there. I don't need to put this top back on. We'll wait to put that top on until we get the rest of the cards in there. All right, so we have the light bulbs here. Where are the light bulbs? Where do those go? Cheer markers, winter lights. So those all go down there too. Looks like this well just holds a lot. Ah, there we go. 1 for each player. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was wondering if there was a separation for each player, and there is. Awesome. Boom and boom. I love great storage. This makes it so much easier to keep games when they store well. I don't know how else to explain it. We have more trees, like regular trees. Do we just put the rest of them in? It just says tree markers. Will the rest of them fit in there? They might. This just says regular tree markers. Nothing else says innovation tree markers. Nope. Research, promotion, workers, spooky markers, centralized spooky lights. Nope. So it seems like those go there. More trees. Cool. All the trees. All right. Okay. And now we have, looks like these are probably for the innovation expansion people. Go, the researchers, they're called. We have the actual people. Watch, everything's just fit just barely perfectly in these. Now it said there's supposed to be some spooky tokens, it said. Cheer markers, winter lights, spooky. Oh, just cheer markers from that expansion. Winter nights, winter lights, spooky nights. Got it. Oop. Definitely did that backwards. There we go. In you go, friends. Yes. There we are. And emotion discs go in here as well. So I believe one of each type. Makes sense. So yellow, purple, red, and green. Oh, no. They're mine. There we go. They're all color coded. Stupid. Yellow, yellow. So 3. 3. Told you guys I knew nothing about this game, but I think it's going to be one of my favorites. There we are. All of our pieces in the bottom in their own wells. I love it. What else do we have? What other goodies can we got going on here? This is for the base extensions. There you go. Right in here, looked like it was saying. Well, she. Oh, I'm an idiot. You probably go sideways. There we are. Hello. How you doing? Do we have some additional ones? Maybe that weren't part of the base? I don't think so. These fit this way? No. Definitely go that way. And there's definitely enough space just barely for them all. Oh, there's one extra one. Interesting. I want to do that, I guess. Huh. It's weird because it feels like they would go flat, but they definitely don't go flat. How many are supposed to be in the base game? Let's check that out. 12. How many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 12. There's 12 there. They say it should fit. It doesn't. So we're going to do this instead to not mess anything up. That's fine. 11, 12 on top. Cool. All right. Let's dig into the cards before we get to any of the expansion stuff. So, these are actually expansion cards. Expansion cards. Base game replacement cards. We'll do that in a moment. There's the Fairview Challenge mini expansions. Those are for the sleigh. Those I have no idea. Okay. We will dig into these now. So let's push this up for a moment. Let's see. Let's look at the replacement cards here first. Okay. These cards are intended to replace cards found in the first printing of Tenpenny Parks. If you purchase the base game as part of the Tenpenny Parks Collection Edition, do not need these cards and can safely recycle them. Okay, so I believe that was what was in the bottom, but we can double check to make sure that everything looks the same here. So Labyrinth, let's see, 7, 3 star heart. Yes, that's all the same. And that's the same. Okay. Says we do not need these because we have everything from the collector's edition. So it looks like if you got a different version of this, where you had the base game first, and then you happen to get these cards, make sure I take out the most wanted stuff. Most variety, then you would have those to replace. So most variety. Boom, cool, okay. Go. Turn those. We will see if somebody online needs that, so those don't go to waste. Let's put that over there for now, though. Okay. So regular cards. Fairview Challenges mini expansion. All right. So it just has 6 challenge cards. So some more challenge cards. Fairview Challenges. Cool. So Fairview, and the game with the most attractions, and the game with the most attractions that occupy 6 or more spaces, and the game with the most attractions occupy 4 or fewer, and the game with the highest total income, and with your cheer marker furthest up the cheer tracks. That's definitely for a holiday, and with the game with the most ghost markers. So obviously for ghostly ghost. Sweet. Setup if playing most cheerful, and playing with, yep, cool. Okay, cool. Keep that there. These attractions are definitely for holiday. And the Spooky Nights. Nice. Cool. Spooky Nights on one side reference for just things you're doing, and on the other side, Holiday Lights. Amazing. Great use of reference cards. Put those on top for a second. Probably gonna end up mixing those in some way. I wonder if you can just use the attractions. Train. That sounds like a train. No idea why that sounds like a train out there. Never heard a train over here. That is so random. I was saying, I wonder if you can just mix in those attractions with the base and play with them all. Okay, what are these? Oh, this is innovation. Duh. So some innovation reference cards, so probably a little bit different. Cool. And then all of their innovation attractions. Nice. Catapult Flame. Nice. Soar to new heights. And then we have here. Ooh, what are you? Are these the different inventors, maybe? Horticulturist. I definitely said that wrong. I apologize. Sales associate. The financial officer. Researcher. Marketing manager. Services agent. A buyer. Technician. Merchandiser. Landscaper. And culturalist. Horticulturalist. So culturalist. Tripped me up. Terrible. And then deluxe kiosks. Oh, those are cool. Nice. That's gonna be fun to add in. All right. Expansions. Base game cards. So let's get the cards put away. How about that? All right. Those are for tokens. Tokens. For the rides. It said these were for cards. So it says attraction cards, base, and expansion. Shovel, action workers. Okay, so these are for all the attraction cards. So these are the attractions. Okay, guess so. And looking for Lyra. She's right here with me. Then we have the Holiday Lights, Spooky Nights. Those here. And then we have Innovation. Go right there. So something I definitely like to do, I like to sleeve my cards. And I'm going to mix these for a second. Don't kill me. I don't think... maybe. I'd have to spread the attractions across all three to really get them to fit sleeved. I wonder if, like, if I put all of the expansions together and then split. I don't know. Not going to worry about it right now. These are great quality cards. You may not even need to sleeve them. A great linen finish. Also, the attractions may just always be out there. I don't know how this is going to work. So there may be no need because you're not shuffling these, potentially. We will find out. I think I am going to mix these. That's barely closing. So we're going to put... Is there an easy way to mark innovation? Is it this little symbol here in the corner? It is. Nice. We'll put them opposite ways for now to start. I'll split this deck in half. There we go. Cool. All the attraction cards. That tray is all set. Actually, that still bugs me. They're not together. Can I and will this show? No. Definitely has that slight lift where it's going to slide around. Definitely got it. Yeah. Boop. Here we go. That's that tray right there. Shovel, extra worker, fast passes, attractions. Okay. All the rest of the cards, it says here, all non-attraction cards. Okay. Looks like that's where all of the rest are going. There's no attractions in here, right? Nope. Okay. So it's saying this and here are for all the other non-attraction cards. These two wells. So let's see. We take you and you. That's all the income. Base game. Let's go. Let's do that. Boom. This is the base game here. That. Those are references for the other expansions. Go there. The Fairview challenges. I think we can also put right there. So all the expansion cards I put here, all the base cards I put right there. We definitely want fast pass rules. And we'll put these here. That'll probably be something that's used always during base, or whatever here. Which stuff, why not? So just the base stuff right there. Okay, so we gotta do some more punching now. So we have this guy we gotta fill out with some tokens. So we have the winter attractions here. Moon Bounce, the Arctic Press Raid, Sleigh Ride, Santa's Workshop, North Pole Plunge, Glacier Toboggan, Run. Keep those separate in their colors. We got Spooky Nights. We have the Ghoul Grimoire, the Miner's Curse, Ancient Fossil Dig, Forbidden Mansion, Pirate Ghost Ship, and the UFO Invasion. All these tokens are going to go right here. So it looks like other attractions. So we got some candy corn, face painting, pumpkin carving, and bobbing for apples. Nice. Oh, look, there's spooky attractions. A little ghost inside the attraction stall. That's fun. All right. Go. Perfect. Cool. That is this little tray. Where's your top? Did you have a top? You must have a top. Maybe you don't. Maybe just go on top of things. Have a top. If that's the case. Okay. You're over there. All right. So we have... Oh, almost. So those expansion tiles for the spooky and stuff. We're going to punch out the inventions still. A lot of punches. Well, so I'm glad I didn't waste my time punching out the other things. Ooh, this one has a great lake in the middle. That's fun. A lake, great lake. Only undersea attractions may be placed on this blue space of this expansion board. Cool. More of these. Curious if these boards seem like they might be able to be used in the base as well, potentially. Awesome. Castle Grounds, another specific extension board. Hide and Seek. Century Cascade. That said, Cosmic Heights, Opportunity Bluff. Volcano, nice. Treasure Cove, Lazy Sunday. Moon Critter. Wooden Follies, sorry. And Parallel Pines, nice. Okay. We've got the Wild West Town, Ancient Forest, Beach. We have the Aquatic Theater, Stagecoach Cinema, and some big VP. Put that back into the tray with the 3s and the 1s, it seems like. Crazy. Yeah. That's insane. Construction tiles, worker disc, yada yada, expansion boards, blah blah blah. Yeah, straight up VP tokens. Yeah. That's some big VP tokens there. The 10s. All right. For these, again, punching, it's funny that there's an art to punching. You wouldn't think that there would be, but there's two sides, right? There's this flat side, and then there's a side that has like the pushed in side. You can see there definitely was pushed down this way. If you punch from this side, you'll often rip the back of this. So you always want to be punching from this side in that has that pre-pushed in section to avoid that tear on the back end. And then go slow, never rip them out, they'll always tear. Okay. And then we have some more attractions here. So the Velociraptor Hunt, Coaster Rex, nice. 5D Odyssey. It looks like these are dual tiles, which is kind of cool. So this is orange and yellow, or sorry, yellow and blue. Wow. This is green and blue. Saucerland. Jurassic Flume is red and blue. Catapult Fling is just green. Orbit the Star is just blue. But Alien Stampede is blue and brown. Lazy Fungoid, Lazy Fungoid River is fungus, is blue and green. Tilt a Rodeo is just brown. And lastly, Seashore Twist is just blue. Oh, so one must be purple, one must be blue. Okay. These guys, property boards. Wow. I think literally all, where'd the rest of them go? Oh, they're over here. I think all the property boards all just get stacked together. Put the base ones on top. So good amount to choose from. They're double-sided as well, which is great. But we're going to put away these. Now, it says it's attraction tiles, and it says sorted by type. So, type I assume is color, obviously, because there's 6 colors. But then you have the ones that are dual between 2 colors, which is very interesting. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay. Well. Sure. Let's guess they're just going in flat like this. That works. Easy enough. You could obviously put the expansion ones on bottom if you felt like you needed to. But it's probably pretty easy to figure out what's what when you go to play the game, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Yellow is small. For the duels, it's very interesting. They're going to put those all with yellow. That's because a lot of them have yellow to them. We got more yellows here. Blue and brown, which go there. That's obviously a red. Say red. Does not matter. Put that one blue. Why not? Blue. Green. Whoop. Purple. Big rating stuff, I know. Who doesn't love watching people sort their tiles? Green, green. And now, nice. Tiles. Tiles. Cool. Okay, almost there, guys. So now it says all of these go right in here, which they do. The additional one even fits there. Hilarious. Huh. Still gonna put you right there because I kind of like that. I don't know why I wouldn't. Will you slide around? No, it'll be good. Maybe. Sure. We'll put the extra one down there. Keep it safe. Sorry. The one that was here I put in here because this only fits 11 comfortably without like squishing one. So I put the 12th one right here. Because it fits in perfectly. It's great. For the... Oh, there's plenty of room. Back into this one. So we have all these 10s. There you go in here. I probably would put the 10s on the bottom, obviously. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. That'll be next time I come into this problem. Okay. I need to build the carousel. Let's see. Is there a diagram? Yes, there is, right here. For building the carousel. Have my carousel parts. So fold sides into the hexagon shape. Okay. Fold the top to line with the posts and push through the slots. Okay, so do the little slight bend on these. Ah, I see. Interesting. All right. Just take a second here. Music. Music. Come on. Oof. Tough. Mm-hmm. All right, it's be harder than I thought it was. It's okay, we'll get it. Let's use the table. Very interesting. Come. 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 You're in. You're good. You're good. You're good. All right. It's going. Little by little. Getting there. Easy. It's a little fragile. These are always fun, but they're a little difficult to get to work properly without breaking. Easy. Had the same issue with there we go. We got you. Little tears here and there. Oof. That was difficult. What is it? Armello had a similar issue with these, just where this backside, like, it's not glued very well, and so it's a little flimsy, and so it can be very difficult to get everything put together without slightly tearing parts. You really have to finesse it as best you can. That right there did not do very well. Do not do that. Excuse you, sir. But I assume this will go right on to here. Help pull everything together. Good. Really, dude? Come on. Definitely never taking this apart, that's for sure. Come on. I'm gonna glue this thing down. There we go. It's there. Slight casualties. But we got it. That definitely ends up going right in that spot right here. Now it says you can turn the carousel. Okay, you can. Thank God. I was like, if that thing is stuck in it, there's no way that's turning. That was a little difficult to get in there. Feels pretty sturdy though. Feels like it's not going anywhere. It's good. Cool. Nice. Yeah, I'm good. That one part, I gotta glue though. The little sections pulling apart right there. Get you stuck together. And I'll feel better. We'll do that later. Okay. Let's finish trying to put everything away here. And then we'll get to setup. So it looks like this says goes down in here like that. About half. Because you definitely don't fit. You're sure it's not supposed to go? Yeah, there's no way. No. What goes under? Nothing. Does the carousel just sit on top like this? Guess it just goes like that. Sideways? It's kind of weird. So workers, motion disc, researchers, yep, all that's in there. Oh, this goes down first. Okay. They're not really showing us the order of operations first. Then these go in. Boom, which holds this down. There we go. Cool. Great. Okay. Over here is not this. It is this. Let's shift it. Is this. On top of that goes our tiles, our tokens, whatever. Tiles, yep. Boom, right here. Looks like are the boards. Very interesting. It like fits but doesn't fit. That makes sense. Everything is such like a tight fit in there. Oh, that's on. Okay. All right, that's there. You definitely are one extra sliding over. I don't know. Some of this seems like it's a little too close for comfort for the edges, but I think it's there. Okay. This goes here. Says this all goes here. Yeah, it's on there. All right. Locked in, locked in. Cool. Okay. Now we have that. Great. The game board. Then the rulebooks. Makes sense. Let's see. No lift whatsoever. Cool. All right. Let's see how to set up the game. That took a good minute. Up front here. Whew. Man, not sweating, which is good. I have the air blowing right in, thankfully, because I'm not wearing my hat also. The hat just traps in that air. Okay. Yeah, things fit. Everything fits, which is great. Some things a little more snug than I'm comfortable with. I'm always worried about corners getting slightly dinged, like this guy here. But thankfully, this guy didn't affect the box at all. But I like that everything is very separated. Doesn't seem like it's a very complicated game to take out and set up, which is great. All right. So let's set the game up. So I'll pull this out first here, and we'll go from this angle to see. We'll set the base game first, and then we'll look at the extras, see what the alterations are for setup for those for you all, since we have them. Okay. Tenpenny. At dawn the trumpets sound, Mayor Tenpenny's shovel breaks the ground, and the race is on. You have 5 months to transform the humble town of Fairview into the home of the world's greatest theme parks. Gather your team of bankers, realtors, contractors, builders, and arborists. Construct rides through the Stone Age, the American Old West, the Age of Fantasy, the cosmos of space, and the depths of the sea. Inspire, thrill, awe, and joy in your guests to earn their tickets. For whoever attracts the most visitors at the end of the race will be awarded Fairview's Golden Key. Objective: a game at Tenpenny Parks is played over 5 rounds called months. Each month, players take turns placing workers on the game board to take actions like removing trees, building concessions and attractions, and buying more property to make their growing theme park as attractive to visiting people, VP tokens, as possible. That's very creative. You're trying to get the most VP, aka visiting people. At the end of the month, rewards are given to the player with the park that best exemplify raw emotion, thrill, awe, and joy. After 5 months, the players with the most VP tokens wins. Fun. Okay. Yeah, that was... Ooh, it was difficult to put together. Okay. And all right. Let's dig in to setup. Let's go back down to the table. We're into the medium view here because it looks like it's going to be a relatively big board. Number 1, place the game board within reach of all players. Started you. Started this. Game board. Let's get this way over here. Boom. Nothing's really going at the top, a little bit at the top there. So I'll set you up just like that. Board looks great on screen. Cool. Take out all of our little components here. Okay. And place the month marker on the first space of the game board. Month 1. Place the extra action worker on the board designated space or place on the game board, which is... Where's the extra action worker go? Right over there. Okay, and you are in what tray? The bottom tray. Okay, let's get all these trays out to the side here. Okay. Extra action worker, again, is in this tray here. This guy right there. He'll be going right here. In that designated space. So it's going right here on that spot. Standing up. We'll do this right now where we're setting up the main board, then I'll zoom out when we get to the rest of it here. Okay, place all attraction tiles and visiting people tokens within reach of all players. Okay, so we have all of our attraction tiles here. It says within reach, so just have these off to the side. So we'll have these off to the side over here, within reach of all players. Boom. Visiting people tokens, money, yada yada. I assume as well have to be within reach of all players. So have this off to the side somewhere. This tray nicely keeps everything organized. You have all your attractions there. Let's do this actually. Boom, boom, attractions. Perfect. Okay. And 4, divide and shuffle each of the 6 types of attractions as indicated by their banner, color, and icon. Then place each stack face up on each attraction space around the central opening of the game board. Okay. So, all the attraction cards, you just sort these out by their banner color. So, green, brown, red, blue, yellow, purple, blue, red, blue, and blue. It says to shuffle each of these and place them around the board on their respected spots. How do you know where they go? Does it matter? I don't think it matters, honestly. Doesn't matter. Then place each stack face up on each attraction space around the central opening of the game board. Nope, it just says on each attraction space. So not in their specific spots. Just in general around the game board. Yeah, seems like it. Okay. And now place the carousel and carousel ring inside the round opening on the game board. Align the carousel ring so that the $2 is oriented towards the stack of souvenir attraction tiles, which is what? So 2, so it's going like this. Align the ring so that the plus $2 is oriented towards the stack of souvenir attraction tiles. Oh, cards. I'm saying tiles, cards. $2 towards the yellow cards, which are souvenir attractions. And again, that did not say souvenir there, right? Nope. No indication that's supposed to be. So just 2 goes towards wherever the yellow is around the board here. So our yellow happens to be here, so that $2 on this is orientated that way. As you can see, can I get closer? Yeah. So here, see it says $2. There you go. Cool. And 6, form piles of supplies by placing the following components on the table near the outside corners of the game board. All money tokens near the banker area. So we just have it over here. It's fine. All expansion boards shuffled into 2 roughly equal piles near the realtor. It says roughly equal. I don't know if that's because there's technically only supposed to be 11 of these, but there's 12. I think we're fine just using 11 of the 12. I don't think it really matters. But it also seemed like, yeah, no, that would have been sticking up too high. So I think that's okay. So this is just near the board as well. We'll just put it over here. This is 2 roughly equal piles. So one's higher than the other. All the concession tiles shuffled and placed into the concessions tile bag near the contractor area. So that is our bag that's in here. Then we can cut this tile out. Why not? There we go. 2 equal piles. So the concession tiles are here. Boom. All tree markers near the arborist area. Trees are just in this bin as well. And number 7, reveal concession tiles from the bag equal to 2 times the number of players. Okay? So if we were setting up for a 4-player game, you would reveal 8 of these. The contractor area is this right here. So it's saying reveal these near the contractor area. So we'll put these here. It was saying to put these over by the realtor area on like the corner. Those aren't going to worry about taking out because they're all mixed in there already anyway. So 2 times the number of players. If we're set up for a 4-player game, that would be 8 of these tiles. And this bag is just chilling over here by them. Okay. Just back over here to 8. Give the shovel token to the player who most recently rode a roller coaster. So I assume this is the first player marker. Shuffle and deal 3 gold cards to each player. Each player chooses 2 and returns the remaining card to the box. Keep the chosen cards secret as they will be revealed at the end of the game. Okay, we have reference cards for players as well. So, we have here all the gold cards. So we'll give these a good shuffle. You deal 3 to each player. They would choose 2, turn the other one back to the box. And number 10, starting with the player who has the shovel token, then proceeding clockwise, each player performs the following. You will choose a property board, so starting with the person who has a shovel token, and proceeding clockwise, choose a property board. Property board. Cool. Place it either with either side face up in front of them. Then place a tree marker from the supply on each of the indicated tree spaces. Okay, so I'll do this right here for you. So, boards, you can choose Fairview or Daring Horizons. It does say, note the front side of each board is identical, while the back side is a unique arrangement of trees and icons. So, Fairview, if we use that right now, you have this. Do we have a good view of this? Yeah, there we go. Boom. So then this is what we are doing. We'll keep it right there. That's fine. Okay. So they have their 2 gold cards already. Boom, boom. And we are placing a tree marker on all the tree spaces. So let's grab some trees here. So all the tree spaces will get trees. See? Trees. I like that the trees are casting little shadows. It's like they're actually trees. Almost had a good grab. Grab one more than you did. Okay. Trees in all the tree spaces. Choose a player color and take the matching reference card and 3 workers. So, player color. Say I was red. We'll grab all of our items here. Oop. Kind of yellow in it there. Oh, turn it sideways. That's why. Hilarious. Okay. So they grab 3 workers. That's what these are right here. Those are 3 workers. Okay. Place the matching emotion discs. These. On the far left space of each of the emotion tracks. On top of any discs already placed there. So now if we go, we got, what's 2 looking like? Yeah, there we go. So here, far left. Boom, boom, boom. Obviously, each player would have their emotion disc here, and it's saying each player would just place them on top of the previous, like so. Just stack them up. Okay. Then take $7 worth of money. Go. $7 worth of money. However you choose. Probably do 4 and 3 is probably the better way to do it. It's all good. Then return all the unused components to the game box. Great. So, this right here is the initial setup for you. You have your carnival area with your attractions on here. You have the 2 pointed towards, what was that specifically called again? The souvenir attraction cards. Then you have your concessions over here, your expansion tiles over there, and then you take your board, place trees out, 7 money, 3 pieces, 3 goals, draft 2, put the other one back, reference card, tokens there, and you're ready to jump in and play obviously attractions over here. Very cool. So how to play the game, you'll have to just read through this. This rule book is so skinny. It'll take you probably not even 15 minutes to go through. It looks like it's gonna be so easy to learn. Very excited. But now we're going to go through the setup for the expansions. I'm going to start from this phase here, and we'll make adjustments as necessary based on what they say. So let's look at the innovations booklet first. Give you a little story for this too. Mayor Tenpenny invites you to his office where his desk is piled high with paperwork and portfolios. Simple amusements may have been good enough for last year's guests, he tells you, but Parks patrons of today demand novelty and innovation. The mayor gestures to the corkboard where he's pinned the names and headshots of the world's most talented artists, engineers, and entrepreneurs. I've found you the very best. Each one lured away from a dreary desk job to develop their dreams right here in Fairview, Tenpenny says with pride. With these brilliant specialists in your employ, you'll research new ways to improve your park and build wild rides, the likes of which this world has never seen. All right, so the Innovations expansion adds new and exciting ways for players to construct their parks. Players invest in research and develop to elevate their theme parks, gain access to a wider variety of attractions, hire specialists to unlock powerful new abilities, and build landmarks and park improvements to attract more patrons than the competition. This expansion may be combined with the Tenpenny Parks base game with or without any other expansions. So you can combine this with the Spooky Nights and or Winter Lights expansions is what it's saying. How do we set it up? Okay, we're going to get a little drink here, and then we'll dive right into the setup for innovations. Okay, so again, set up the base game. It says before setting up the base game, add these new elements from the innovation expansion. Add the new attraction cards from this expansion to each stack, matching each card's type. Attractions that have two types are added to the stack with the type indicated by the top icon in the upper right corner of the card. All right, I was wondering how that would work out. So let's grab, where are you? The last one? Yep. Okay. So, attraction types in the upper right-hand corner is the attraction it belongs to. So we find a duel like Jurassic Flume, the top stack is when it goes into. So it's going to go into the Poseidon stack, the blue stack. And that's the one it'll be mixed in with. So let's do that right now. So it says to do this obviously before you were to set this up. So you would obviously add these to each of these based on that top symbol. Purple, blue, and blue. Oh, yeah. Okay. Obviously, these get all shuffled in. Now I didn't add one to, whatever. Still shuffling it. Boom, 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 boom. No, we'll do the mini expansions too as well. So these major ones first, we're going to go big to small. Okay. All shuffled in. Good deal. Add the new property boards to the supply of property boards. So all of these as well. Looks like it'd be probably shuffled into all of these. So I think in the base game it said to shuffle those, right? Am I correct in thinking that? All expansion boards shuffled. Yep. So I assume we'll be shuffling all of these together as well. Boom. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Do a better shuffling job than I did. So, 2 stacks, shuffled, good deal. Replace the reference cards from the base game with the new reference cards included in this expansion. All right, So this was the reference card initially, but for the expansion, we'll be replacing that. So you guys will do in a second. Spooky Nights we'll do in a moment. Go. There we are. That's what I want. So, base game reference, replace with the new reference card. So using the reference card for innovations instead. Cool. And the 10 VP tokens to supply VP tokens. So already in there, 10s in the pile. Good deal. The innovation, so after completing the setup of the base game, follow these additional steps to set up the innovations expansion. So now you set up all the base game the way you regularly would and jump into the innovations. So the innovations board below the main game board. So this, let's shift you up ever so slightly. Right there. Boom. You guys are fine there. Great. So the innovations board, right up here. If I can get it. Come on. There we are. Innovations. So set it up below the main board. Hey, it all comes together. It all matches. I freaking love that. Right in there, flatten it out. There we go. Cool. Love it. Researchers, place the matching researcher for each player color on the leftmost space of the invention board. So this guy is the researcher here. So each person will have a researcher. There we go. Right over here. Ba-boom. Dig it. Okay. These special workers will remain on the invention board throughout the game. Return the remaining researchers to the box, so the ones you're not using. The improvement cards. Shuffle the improvement cards and place them face up in a deck below the construct improvement space of the innovation board. Okay. Those are over here. So it would be these right here. So those will say below the construct improvement space. I'm going to put them off to the side here instead. Specialist cards. Shuffle the specialist cards and place them face up in a deck below the higher specialist space in the innovation board. So again, save space. I'm using that. I'm going to put those over here. I don't think it really matters where they're put exactly as long as they're around this board and you know that this is for that and this is for that. Cool. Landmark expansion boards. Shuffle the landmark expansion boards and place them face up in a stack below the developed landmark space of the innovation board. You bastard. I thought you said... Oh. Earlier when it said add property boards, that's these, if you remember. All these bottom ones. Added those to the stack. I'm an idiot. These are landmark expansion boards. Don't shuffle these into this pile. That was wrong. I misunderstood. I'm still learning too. Hilarious. There we go. Expansion boards. Those are the same. Landmark expansion boards. Shuffle these. These, it says to put below the developed landmark spot. Again, I'm going to just put these over here. So, when doing develop landmark, these are landmark expansion boards. It says, note, the improvement specialist landmark stacks are face up, but players may not look through these stacks. These are face up. Boom. And that is the setup for innovation. So mixing the cards here, mixing in the property boards into this pile, not those, this. Then putting Researcher here, and putting out the new decks and the expansion boards for this expansion over here. And that is the setup for innovations. Pretty easy. Cool. All right. I'm going to put the innovation stuff back, and we'll look at how we set up Spooky Nights and Winter Lights with the base game. That is yes. Boom. So we'll get all these bad boys taken out. Do you guys have a symbol? It's easy to tell you apart. Because that'd be great. Where would you be? There you are, up in the corner. That's right. In the upper left-hand corner, there's a gear symbol, which signifies the inventions, or innovation, sorry, expansion. So it's very easy to separate from the rest. It's there. One more. Go. Those not needed. Should just put these. Put them right there. Boom. Good. We don't need this. Probably like that. And obviously the attraction tiles are already in with your tiles, so you don't have to do anything with that. They're in there. Mixed in. Okay. That is back to the base setup. Let's look at Winter Lights and Spooky Nights. In the cold, dark winter, strings of colorful lights adorn the eaves and rooftops of every home in Fairview. Decorated trees line the boulevard. Mayor Tenpenny, bundled up in a scarf and jacket, addresses you from a podium in front of the Fairview's tallest pine. In this season of shortening days and ever longer nights, we all need the warmth of our winter lights to carry us through. The mayor throws a switch, and the tree behind him sparkles to life, its lights revealing bows of ornamented with glass balls and velvet ribbons. This is the season for brightening one another's lives with holiday cheer. The objective here, the Winter Lights expansion adds new festive attractions and special tree markers to Tenpenny Parks. When players build attractions next to Christmas tree markers, they advance on the holiday board, earning extra bonuses and gifting rewards to other players. This expansion may be combined with Tenpenny base game with or without other expansions. So you could use this in combinations with innovations as well. Okay, winter setup. After completing the setup of the base game, follow the additional steps to set up the Winter Lights. So do the base game setup first, like we have here. Take a drink of wine, and then get to it. The holiday board. That's here. Set the holiday board above the game board and place a matching cheer marker for each player color on the far left space of the cheer track. Return the remaining markers to the box. So this is saying to put it above the board, probably because you could combine this with the innovations. So you'd have the innovations board below, and then this would be up top. So go. Move out of the way, please. Boom. And lovely, it extends the board here, or the images, I mean, which is great. Obviously, this could be turned sideways and it would work just fine. Now it's saying to take the cheer marker here and place in the far left space of the cheer track, which is right here, 0. Do that with everyone's cheer marker who's playing. All the other colors, of course, go back into the box. Christmas tree markers. Replace any 2 tree markers on each player's property board. With Christmas tree markers, return the replaced tree markers to the supply and create a supply of Christmas tree markers with the remaining Christmas tree markers. Say Christmas tree markers one more time. All right, so over here on our board, it says to replace any 2. Now, this is your first strategic choice of the game, so you get points for building next to it, so I'd probably replace, tough choice. This one here I probably would replace with. This is me not knowing the game much at all, but that is a Christmas tree marker. And then I might do, maybe, tough choice, huh? I'm gonna say maybe this corner marker. Why not? No reason why. Again, I have no strategy behind this other than putting them a distance away. But so 2 Christmas tree markers. These trees would go back to the supply for now. Winter lights attractions. So remove 1 random card from each stack of attraction cards. Then add the new attraction cards from this expansion to each stack, matching its type. Reshuffle the cards and return them to the game board. It says, note, if playing with both Winter Lights and Spooky Nights expansions, remove 2 random attraction cards from each stack before adding the Winter Lights and Spooky Nights attraction cards to each stack. So here, we need the Winter Nights cards. Back to the table here for you. Okay. So, Winter Nights, and it's saying to remove 1 from each stack. You would obviously do this randomly, so we'll go boom. One from each stack. And with the Innovations expansion, it did not tell us to remove a card from the stack. It said just to mix them in. But for this one, it's saying to remove them and shuffle new ones in. So remove 1, shuffle in a winter. So that's kind of nice. Create some variety as well throughout the game. Each time you play, I mean, because a different card is going to be removed each time. Especially if you play with both Winter and Spooky. And I heard that using all of the expansions actually makes the game significantly better, which is great to hear. Okay, that's done. And then reference cards. Each player takes a Winter Lights reference card matching their player color. Return the unused reference cards to the game box. So it does not say to replace the old reference cards. Where did I put those? Where did I put the old ones? Did I put the old ones back as well? I sure did, didn't I? Yep, I'm done. Go. Boom. So you're going to have simultaneously your 1 reference card and your other one for Winter Nights. And, sorry, Winter Lights. And Spooky Nights is on the back side. So got both of those right there. And that's the setup right there. So easy for Winter Lights. Remember, it said that the Christmas trees will give you points or building markers next to them. So you're probably not going to want to cut those down with your arborist. But let's look at setting up Spooky Nights in combination with Winter Lights. A crisp breeze carries the smell of wood smoke through the bustling town of Fairview, where a brightly colored canopy of maples and oaks signals the approach of the annual Spooky Nights Spectacular. Custom ghosts and ghouls flock to the fairgrounds as Mayor Tenpenny's team unveils its plan for all new and extra ghastly attractions. The mayor himself, dressed in a cape and sporting a pair of wax fangs, addresses you. Let's give the visitors the thrill of their lives! The objective of Spooky Nights expansion adds terrifying attractions, creepy concessions, and ghost markers to the Tenpenny Parks. Players haunt their attractions by placing ghost markers on them to gain bonus rewards during the advertising step. This expansion may be combined with Tenpenny Parks base game with or without other expansions. So you can use Innovations, Winter Lights, and Spooky Nights all mixed up into one good deal here. So complete the setup of the base game, but do not reveal concession tiles. Then follow these additional steps set up Spooky Nights expansion. So these concession tiles, they say for Spooky Nights, do not reveal. Let's put these back in the bag. Okay. Number 1, dark concession tiles. Shuffle the dark concession tiles face down and place them near the supply of regular concession tiles. These guys here, dark concession tiles, again, they are those. They're in the Collector's Edition. Again, they're in this separate little doobie there. There's a shuffle all of those together. Place them in a stack face down near this other supply of concession tiles. So we'll do a quick little shift shuffle here. No, we're not actually playing. Do that. Face down stack. We'll do 2, he's a little high. Right there. Buy the rest. Okay. Reveal 2 dark concession tiles, then reveal regular concession tiles until there are tiles revealed equal to 2 times the number of players. So in a 3-player game, you reveal 2 dark concession tiles and then 4 regular ones. So still for a 4-player game like we've been talking about, there'd be a total of 8 concession tiles. But first, you have your 2 dark concession tiles. Boom, boom. And then you reveal up to where there's a total concession tile, dark and regular combined, of 2 times the number of players. So for 4, that would be 8. So that's going to be the 2 dark concession tiles and then 6 regular ones. As we've just done right there. Let me get those out of the way. Ooh, excuse me, tiles. There we are. So 8 concession tiles once again, but this time with 2. All right. The ghost markers. Place all ghost markers upright so that the rewards are hidden and near the game board to create a supply. Players may not look at the rewards printed on the bottom of the ghost markers while they're in the supply or on the game board. Interesting. Okay. So like I showed you earlier, these, can we find the spot for the ghost marker? We'll get it. There you go. The bottom of the ghost markers have those little icons on them, which are rewards for the ghost markers. So it's saying is creating a supply of all of them by the board. So they're all standing up. You get the idea. I'm not going to go through and do them all right now. So imagine I put them all out. They'd be out there standing up like this, so you don't know what's on the bottom of the ghost markers. Spooky Nights attractions. Remove 1 random card from each stack of attraction cards and add a new attraction card from this expansion to each stack, matching its type, reshuffle the cards, and return them to the game board. So here, obviously, if you're doing both these small expansions, you don't want to randomly remove one and then randomly remove another, because you don't want to remove the Winter Lights, because there's only one of these. So instead, we'll say we removed 2 regular ones. We did it the first time. Make sure it's not the winter. And then we will add in, not those, the Spooky Nights. We'll shuffle in that one. So with the Winter Lights by itself or with Spooky Nights by itself, you remove 1 card and shuffle in the attraction card from its expansion. If you're playing with both Winter Nights and Spooky Nights together, you remove 2 cards and then shuffle in the attraction cards from both of those smaller expansions. So you're only removing base game cards. This is all talking about setting it up from the base game. So you would not be removing innovation cards. So set up base game first, then do this. So I'd recommend if you're going to use all expansions, you probably go through, set up the base game, then set up the Winter Lights and Spooky Nights if you're using it all in, and then do the innovations on top of that afterwards. Okay, attractions are in there. The carousel. Place 1 ghost marker on the attraction card adjacent to the +1 modifier on the carousel. So randomly take one of these next to the +1 modifier right there. Very good. Okay, reference cards. Each player takes a Spooky Nights reference card and adds to their mix. So I have reference cards over here, Winter Lights on one side, Spooky on the other. Very handy, especially if you're playing with both attractions. And that is the setup for Winter Lights and Spooky Nights. Very easy. Definitely going to be easy to add to the innovations as well. Lastly, we're going to go through, I have a couple other things here. So we have the Fairview challenges that we will cover. And we have the Fast Pass that we will cover as well. And that is the last of everything to go over the setup. So let me remove all the components from the Winter Lights and Spooky Nights and get this back to base. Yep. Boom. So very easy add-in so far for everything, and the rule books are very short as well, so it seems like it's going to be very easy to learn what changes they add to the game. And spooky winter, spooky winter, spooky winter, winter, spooky winter, spooky, spooky winter. Go. Expansions. Get all these put back on here. All right. Our ghost put away. Get our Christmas trees put away. Put our 2 regular trees back out. Don't need those reference cards. Don't need this. Or this. Or these. Goodbye. So long. Farewell. It would fall down. Okay. Go. Let's get these 2 bad boys back out here. All right. That is back to the base game. So let's see what the fast passes are. All right. So it says randomly place each of the 4 fast pass tokens face up on the 2, 3, 4, and 5 spaces of the month track. Okay. Pretty straightforward. Have all the fast pass tokens, randomly put them out. Okay. And that's the setup for Fast Pass. Put these out here. This goes through how to use it and what it does. Very cool. Just has some clarification for the cleanup phase and then what the actions are on the actual tokens. Setup for the Fast Pass. Easy. Okay. Now let's look at the Fairview mini challenges and see how this works. Setup. Collect challenge cards P1 through P4. What? Oh, okay, up here says it. 2, 3, 4. Okay, because Spooky Nights, Winter Lights, that's right. So collect those. If playing with Winter Lights expansion, add Most Cheerful. So we'd add that in. If playing with Spooky Nights, add this one. Okay? So if we are using both of these expansions like we just set up, these would be added into this as well. Right now, we're not though. Shuffle the collected cards. Randomly reveal cards based on player count. So for a 1 to 2 player game, reveal 1. A 3 player game, 2. And for a 4 player game, you reveal 3. Return the remaining cards to the game box. So we reveal. We're going to put this over here. Sure. 1, 2, and 3. All right. So it says here for at the game end, each of the challenge card award 3 to the player with the best satisfies the goal. In the event of a tie, players each receive 3. Okay, so these are public goals. So you have your private ones or 1. I forget if you're going to score 1s at the end or not. I haven't gone through the gameplay yet. And then you have public. Great. Public is always wonderful. I love having public and private objectives because it kind of gives you that variety to work towards stuff. It looks like these also score you 3, your private ones. And that's the Fairview Challenges mini expansion. Very straightforward. Cool. I think that is everything. Great. Well, Tenpenny Parks Collector's Edition. Move these guys out of the way here. Boom. There we are. Looks really fun. Looks very easy to get into. Looks like a fun balance of probably your finances to build attractions, and you're managing the thrill, awe, joy, finances, while you have this puzzle of polyomino over here having to remove trees to potentially build more space. It probably costs money to remove trees. It's like, okay, can I build these attractions in this area without having to remove trees? What is the situation exactly? Very cool. Very excited to dive into this. Hopefully this helped you as well. It was a very long unboxing to set up video because it is a collector's edition, so there's a lot to unbox and put away. And then we had all the expansions. We did each of the setups for each of those as well. So if you stuck with me this long, I appreciate it. Definitely please make sure you are subscribed here on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram as well so you can keep up to date with what we're doing. But thank you for joining me here at Bald and Board Games as I gave you an unboxing to set up of Tenpenny Parks Collector's Edition. I'm Bald, and I'll see you at the table.